Hello, fabulous people, and welcome to part 5 of my crystal clear shiny only playthrough. If you missed the last episode, go check it out. We got a shiny Sneasel and the shiny Lake of Rage Gyarados. There were some really fun fights, and they told us we could go from Johto to Kanto, which is where we are. We took the train from Goldenrod to Saffron City. We have 6 badges. This is an open world experience. This is kind of crazy. I've never done like a multi-region badge thing, but we go from Saffron into Celadon, because if you go west of Celadon City, that is where you pick up HM02 Fly, which I still haven't gotten my hands on, and it's going to be a great move for our next party member, which is going to be Aerodactyl. If you want to skip ahead to that reaction, I guess I'll put that in the description. I'll put the timestamp there. But yeah, we got our hands on Fly. We go back into Saffron. I figure the next step is to go to Pewter City, so I take the south route into Vermilion, and then I go to the Diglett's Cave, because that is a nice shortcut if you're in Saffron and there are no restrictions. You know, you don't need to get tea for anybody, but we quickly zip on over into Pewter City, and into the right house of the lab there is the old Amber, which is what turns into Aerodactyl. So that's a lot of journeying, a lot of steps, but we did it. Woohoo! I figure while I'm in Pewter City, I might as well go into the gym, check out what the trainers got going on here. I like this. I like that in my 7th gym, there's only one other trainer besides Brock. Usually as you progress in the game, the gyms are going to have more trainers in them, but not in this journey we got going on. We have just one opponent, so we might as well showcase the whole fight. Normally, if you fight this trainer early on in the game, they're gonna have a Diglett instead of a Dugtrio here. You know, making quick work of it. It magnitude 10s us like a meanie, so Beck, and another gym fight as the lead. And then Dugtrio takes the waterfall from Wish, who is still a Dratini at this point. It gets the double EXP because it's holding an EXP share, so the way the game works is pretty weird with that. But yeah, go for another waterfall. I really like having a water move on Dratini just due to the extra, like, rock and ground. Defense Curl's not going to mean anything because waterfall is a special move. Now let's go for that signature extreme speed. The reason this Dratini is so special. And something else special we got going on, it's level 30, which means it's going to evolve from a baby Dratini into a Dragonair. A wish comes true today. Look at that beauty. Pink all over, bell and tail. I love it. What a cutie. I love the wings on the head. Its ear wings, whatever those are. Beautiful. One of the best shinies. I wish it didn't have to evolve to be stronger, but I will evolve it into Dragonite. I will take my sweet time with that. We let it follow us. Get on back to the Pokemon Center so we can heal it up. And take on Brock, the one and only. Here we go. I love this music. He's got his arms crossed. He's ready. Starting off with the Graveler. Look, you see the way it just like gripped its hands? So Wish with the waterfall is going to do 4 times damage here. Easy peasy. Normally that would be Geodude, right? And we get the crit for good measure. Wow. Rhyhorn is also not going to be a problem for Dragonair here. And because Hitmonchan is my only Pokemon that has an electric move at this point, I figure I would let it fight in this gym battle as well. Hitmonchan's actually been putting in the work, I gotta say. It's been pretty fun, but because I am going for Aerodactyl, I'm sad to say this is actually going to be Hitmonchan's final battle on the team. I'm going to store it away in the PC after this fight. It might make a return in Stadium 2, no promises. I don't know. But we shall see, we shall see. It was fun to use. but it does get boxed after this game, I'm sad to say, so enjoy those thunder punches while you can. I sound like such a villain. It's kind of cool to see the signature Onix as well. I love that it wasn't a Steelix. I know that it does eventually evolve into Steelix. I don't know if that's the case if you fight him super late in the game, but it was cool to see the Onix. Then we get TM26 Earthquake. That's pretty epic. So the Pokemon League calls us to let us know that we have 7 badges now, which I think is awesome. 6 in Johto, and the next one we get is in Kanto. We could go in any order we want between the 2 regions. So after that, I zip on over to Route 12, taking quite the long journey, because I know over there is the Fishing Guru, and I thought this guy was supposed to give us the Super Rod, but I guess you get the old rod if you go to him first, so I go ahead and catch myself a Magikarp because why not? Get my ass handed to me by a trainer who has a Raichu, and I figure, you know what, why don't I just make my way over to Cinnabar? Then I notice Professor Oak's lab is on the way, so I go on over there to talk to him and see what's up. How are you doing? Are we gonna get a cool egg like Professor Elm gave us, or what's the deal? What's gonna happen? Apparently Kurt sent us here. I don't remember that dialogue, but that is what Oak tells us, so I guess this is some way to activate some sort of Celebi event? I don't know, but he's asking us to prove to him that we are more than just an average trainer. So I said yes. He offers to battle me, which I think is incredible. This is some insane fan service right here. The only downside to this fight is I have 5 Pokemon, because I boxed Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan is not on the team, but I'm not too worried about it considering he sends out an Eevee, but then I check out the level, which is 40. I'm level 27 as Gyarados, so I already know this is going to be a little bit uphill. Luckily, I did stock up on some potions, and I have a few revives, so if I'm in a worst case scenario, it'll be okay. And the other good thing about Gyarados is Dragon Rage does static HP, so you can get an idea of if it's going to be like a 2 or 3 shot. Most of them are just going to be done in 2 or 3 hits. And Gyarados has good enough defense to deal with this Eevee. So there's 1 out of 5 in this 5v5 down. We have a 5-4 lead against good old Grandpa Professor Oak. And he wants to do the Gyarados Ditto. Who am I to deny him of his wishes? I love this. This is one of the best matchups of all time. He's got the same idea as me with the Dragon Rage, one of the coolest animations I have ever seen in my entire life. Let's throw one back at him. Boom, boom. That looks like it's gonna probably take 4 Dragon Rages. I guess I was okay with my Gyarados getting knocked out here. You have won the battle, but not the war. Your Gyarados is superior to mine. You can tell that from level alone, but we will surpass your Gyarados one day. I don't have a Pokemon with an electric move, and maybe this frustrates some people, because I could easily give Thunderbolt, like, over the Thunder Wave slot to my Dragonair, and this could be a lot easier. I could do that, right? But I'm a water trainer. I am a water lover at heart. There are some exceptions to that rule, like I have a Flareon on the team, but like my Sneasel's got Surf, my team has a lot of Pokemon with water-type moves, even if they're not a water-type. I've got 2 water types on the team. So now this is the part of the battle where I finally start to use some potions. And again, kind of like in the first battle I had against the Gyarados trainer near the Lake of Rage, this battle I'm also showing as well, you want to be above the 40 HP mark because of the static damage that Dragon Rage is going to do. You see, I lived with 1 HP, I knew I would. I don't know why I stayed in there. I guess I thought I would outspeed, or I just didn't want to get into another potion spam. That's probably what it was. And I have a Dragonair that can just extreme speed and then clean it up. So we've got ourselves an even fight now. It is 3-3, but we are still under-leveled. We had to use some potions to kind of cheat our way through that part of the fight. But it's all fun stuff. I gotta say, fighting Professor Oak is really awesome, and I'm pretty sure this is very close to, if not the exact same team that he had when you go through the files of Red and Blue and you exploit your way into unlocking the Professor Oak fight, because there is a Professor Oak fight coded into Red, Blue, and Yellow. from what I remember, from what I know about the Pokemon franchise, and I'm pretty sure he had Pokemon like Tauros on his team. I don't remember about Gyarados or Eevee, but the rest of his team is also pretty accurate to what we have on that team as well. Yeah, we still got the item shuffling going. I figured this is as good a time as any to go for a revive, and we get Gyarados back up there because I was pretty impressed with its defenses. It was taking hits pretty well, and I think that it can probably do that again, and Dragon Rage is just such good value at this point in the game. Once you get past that level 40 range, I think it starts to lose its thunder a little bit. Like, it's firepower, whatever, even though it's a dragon move, I'm calling it different elements. You know what I mean. But, yeah, Dragonaire's just kind of slowly hacking away at this point. It's not doing too much damage, but the Tauros rested itself. So, not the biggest deal. Scary Face failing, isn't that cool? So I just keep the extreme speeds going since I know it has rest, and I figure Thunder Wave is probably going to make it want to activate the rest, since it did it at insanely high health before. So I just kind of spam extreme speed because of the 8 level difference and because it was using Scary Face on me. But now I've ran out of all of my extreme speed, so I have to settle for the Dragon Breath. Kind of looks like a knockoff Dragon Rage. I mean, they both have the same element, so that makes sense that they would look similar. But yeah, now we are above 3-2 in this fight. What looked kind of scary based on the levels alone is now looking to be a fight that is something I can manage. So since he's going to send out the Executor, I go into the Flareon to get that Fire Burst Grass super effective damage. I've also realized at this point, the reason that I have Flareon is to deal with the grass types in the Sprout Tower, but I still haven't even done that yet, but I think I'm at a level where I can. That'll come back up later in the video. I do take on Sprout Tower later, but it is funny how I accidentally get myself into these over-leveled battles quite a few times in this game, and I think the game is designed to be like that. I think that if you're going to Nuzlocke it, you want to avoid these insanely high-level trainers and really do your research around the game, or you just have to be willing to take multiple attempts to beat a Nuzlocke, because there are trainers like Professor Oak with level 40s, there are trainers in the Sprout Tower which you can access after just one gym that have like level 35s, and the Kimono Girls in Ecruteak City are also not locked out, so that's all fun. You know what else is fun? This Egg Bomb animation is frickin' hilarious. I loved watching it just roll in such slowness. I didn't love that it took out my Flareon and I lost the Grass vs. Fire fight, but I was very happy with the damage I did, and then Beck with the Feint Attack to close it out with the super effectiveness because Dark beats Psychic as well. We got the whole type chart covered there. And now Professor Oak is down to the last Pokemon, which is going to be Arcanine, the OG fire legendary that never got to actually be a legendary Pokemon. We love to see it. Says, show me what you're made of, I'll show you what I'm made of. I have myself a Sneasel with Surf that you don't even want to hit with a fire move. What's wrong with you, Professor? Your dog's gonna take a big Surf to the face. No dog likes to be walking around with soggy fur. Super effective and the critical hit. Let's go for another one. God, I love the almost like staticky kind of sound that the Game Boy Color moves have to them. When you pick Surf and it's just like, you know? It's awesome. So they roar us on out of there. Roar XD. I don't know why Professor Oak is so fixated on leering us. It's almost like he wants us to win. And he put on a whole show and this whole dialogue, and even brought out high-level Pokemon to scare us, but it wasn't too hard. I would say the MVP of this battle was my Gyarados, even though it did get knocked out at one point. That was my fault. I did revive it, it came back, it stole the show. Very, very good stuff. So there you have it, Professor Oak and Pokemon Crystal Clear. Make sure you have a higher level team than mine if you want that to be a little easier, but it still wasn't that difficult. It was a very simple fight. It just requires some potion stock up, which I assume anybody playing single player is going to do. And then he gives us the GS ball, so cool. I think that's going to be fun. I'll revisit that later. I don't know how interested I am in legendaries, but I am interested in getting to Cinnabar Island. On the way there, I saw this lighthouse and I was really confused. Now, I didn't realize the town map was tied to the Pokegear. I thought I didn't just have one. That was a brain fart, so I thought this was Cinnabar being replaced, but nope, it was just a place that had some Jolteons and stuff hanging out there. So we go down to Cinnabar, we make our way there, we find this new area that has a tunnel, and if you go to the left area of the tunnel, you will see another ladder which leads into the Pokemon Mansion. So I don't know how that got tied into a cave, but I spent some time there grinding and getting some items, and then I found my way back to the tunnel, which was just a straight shot path to New Cinnabar. It literally takes 5 seconds from the point you're in the tunnel to the point you're out of the tunnel, and then right across the sea, the ocean, the river, whatever, the water, I should probably say. Right across there is New Cinnabar, which has the lab that was mentioned to us by the Pokemon League last part. And in there we upgrade our Pokedex and we find Ivan, who is going to give us his number and let us know when the fossil is restored. So we gave the old Amber over to Ivan and we have to make 1,000 footsteps before we get it. So I figure instead of just twiddling my thumbs around, I would go into the Cinnabar gym and make that my 8th and final gym battle before I take on the Pokemon League and then start to make some changes to my team. In between the fights, I went back outside to try and find the Pokemon Center. Spoiler alert, it's in that building called Ferry, and I don't know where the ferry goes exactly. I haven't explored that area too much, but I did not know that. I got really lost and upset. And I still at this point don't have a flyer. This person's just selling mail. I thought they might as well sell some items if there's not going to be a Pokemon Center here, but nope, I'm just lost. So if you're playing Crystal Clear and you find yourself in this scenario or you haven't been in a town with a ferry yet, just go in the ferry if you want to heal your team up, because oops, I did not do that. So it's so sad because I walked right in front of it too. So I figure, you know what, this is going to be one of those gyms where I have enough water types on my team for it to be comfortable anyway, but I healed them all up with the items I had, and I had a few rare candies from the Cinnabar Mansion that I used to level up my Wartortle all the way up to Blastoise. I figure it's about time, it's our 8th gym battle, why not? And look at that purple shine! This almost makes Squirtle way more worth it than I was ready for. So we make our way back to Blaine, and on our way there, we run into some pretty cool fights. There's a trainer with a Typhlosion. There was a trainer that had a Flareon, so we got to give Andre some mirror match love right there. We make our way over to the hot fire-powered Blaine for gym battle number 8. This has kind of been a theme for what I've been doing. I've been fighting the gyms one badge higher than I usually would. So this is my 8th gym battle. Normally Blaine is going to be somebody's 7th gym battle. So it just makes him that much stronger. He's leading off with the Macargo, which I thought was pretty cool considering in the Cinnabar Tunnel there were a bunch of Slugma footprints. So that made sense. And here we are with Blastoise's first gym battle as a Blastoise. It's kind of cool to see it all grown up. Like, it's like my little baby, you know? You know that. I think everybody who plays Pokemon knows that feeling, just how good it feels to see a Pokemon that you've had on your whole journey go from stage 1 to stage 3 and doing well in its fight there. This Magmar with Thunder Punch, oh my goodness. Come on, you butthead. I love that they gave Blaine all of his signature Pokemon and that I waited this long to fight him, because I can't imagine fighting Blaine with a Magby and like a Growlithe. Even in an open world game, I just think it goes against how strong he is written to be in the games. I think it's just really cool that we got to fight some of these really notable fire types, and they had the type coverage going. I had to use a potion that early on in the battle, so that's fun. Just spamming the Thunder Punch away. This guy was ready for the water types. Look at that damage. What is that, 50 HP? That's ludicrous. Butthead is down though. Not too bad, just a few potions and we get the 7-11. Look at those rhymes on the EXP gates. Beautiful, beautiful. Houndoom as well. Look at this Johto representation. Macargo and Houndoom. We haven't even seen any of the other Kanto fire types. Feint Attack is going to take care of my Blastoise. So, you know what? Pretty good run for your first gym battle as a fully evolved Pokemon. You get to take out 2 out of 5 party members. I'll take it. So I go into Dragonair because, one, Dragonair just looks awesome and I love my pink shinies, so I will try to use Dragonair as much as I can, also in an effort to evolve it, and because it's got that waterfall and it's going to resist the fire moves. But Houndoom is not going for any fire moves, it's going for feint attacks and Wish is down, so great, we're at a tie game now. Gyarados has got to take care of some of this cleanup work, much like in the Professor Oak fight, but God, look at how underleveled this thing is. I guess I'm choosing not to pay attention to it too much in comparison to my other teammates because I know that after I beat the Pokemon League, I'm gonna want to replace it, so it's not entirely like a priority for me to train Gyarados right now. But that is probably a sign of being a bad trainer, not giving it care and knowing that I'm gonna like part with it at one point. I should definitely give Gyarados more love and respect because even as it is underleveled, it is really putting in the work. It put in the work to destroy that Houndoom right there. Now we got Rapidash coming on out. I figure, you know what, there's no point in swapping just yet. Rapidash is looking awesome. Look at those flames. Rapidash is definitely just one of those Pokemon that always has stood out to me. I love that in Sinnoh, it's like the only fire type besides Chimchar, which sort of forces people to love it if they didn't start with Chimchar. I mean, you don't have to go with a fire type in Sinnoh, but I definitely always got the vibe that that is one of the most highly sought out Pokemon in quite a few games. And Galar even made Rapidash have sort of a revival with the Galarian form Ponyta and Rapidash. That was like the second shiny I ever hunted for in those games. Beck, not really gonna do much this fight. I kind of sent it out in an effort to help be a little bit of a meat shield. I know that that sounds bad, like I'm just gonna let my Pokemon die so that I can win this fight, but unfortunately that is the reality of turn-based strategy. Sometimes you just kind of gotta let somebody fall down, take the hit. So now Blastoise is back in it even after being taken out by the Houndoom before. It cannot fight through the confusion, and I'm at low HP, so I gotta go back into my items. This is quite the item spammy fight, just considering that his Pokemon are level 40, and mine are still underleveled. I really should have taken more time to train in the Cinnabar Mansion, but when I tell you guys that I trained for a very long time, I trained for a very long time. I know that it doesn't really look like there was a huge level increase, but sometimes you grind for a while and you only get 2 or 3 levels out of it, or like 1 or 2, you know what I mean? I really felt like I had done enough, and by having my water types it would be a little easier than this, because the levels don't seem to scale up too much in the gyms, but these are pretty tough fights, so make sure you take that time to really explore, fight the trainers in the surrounding areas, because they scale along with you as well. I mean, most of them do. There are some like boss fights, you know what I mean? But definitely take that time to train, get your money, buy those items, because this was a little bit of a tedious slog. I was out of Awakenings at this point because I think I used one. It was either last episode or earlier in this episode. It was with Dratini. I remember using the Awakening on Dratini specifically, so I think it was last time, but either way, it doesn't really matter too much. I'm just taking the hits while I can, and I figure I'll heal later or whatever. There are a bunch of flamethrowers doing 11 damage. Finally, we get the water gun off. Unfortunately, there's no torrent ability, so my strength won't be increased. That is okay. Just kidding, no it's not. You want to use a max potion, you're a little bitch, Blaine. Oh, that's nice alliteration, bitch Blaine. Call that any fire trainer who likes to use healing items. They're a little bitch Blaine. Not a bitch baby, a bitch Blaine. Alright. Now we got him back in the red. Is there gonna be another potion? No, thank goodness. So this should be the end of the Rapidash terror right here. My goodness, what a fight. But we get to look at that beautiful, beautiful back sprite of shiny Blastoise. It really is such a treat to see it go from a kind of mediocre shiny to a really, really noticeable standout beauty shiny. It made the growing all the more worth it. So here is Arcanine, Professor Oak's final battle Pokemon, and Blaine's as well. So 2 fights in a row with insanely high-leveled Pokemon in comparison to our team. We have an Arcanine out there. Very quickly makes work of our Blastoise, so we get into the Fire Ditto right here with Andre the Flareon, our second party member of the whole team, so in a way, kind of like on the same level of feeling an emotional bond as the starter, because Andre's just been with us for so long. I use that turn to max revive just because, since it is the 8th gym, I definitely want Blastoise to get more moments to shine. So that has been one of the many beauties of playing a casual game, as opposed to playing it in Nuzlocke style. I'm not feeling any heartbreak when my Pokemon die. I've sort of gone from this competitive, self-imposed challenge mode player to, for the most part, just finding ways to make Pokemon more easy on the heart and the mind by enjoying it casually. So I highly recommend that to anybody who loves the franchise but finds themselves getting frustrated with all the challenges. Just play casually. I'm sure many Pokemon players know exactly how to do that, and most Pokemon players probably do that, but if you're more of a challenge player, here's your PSA. Play this way, because you will win after spamming revives on your Blastoise who dies 2 times in a fight. So, Blaine gets over his loss pretty quickly. He built a bridge so he could get over it. We get ourselves the 7th badge, and we get ourselves TM38, which is going to be the fiery, hot, burning move, Fire Blast. There was also another TM38 chilling in the Cinnabar mansion that I taught to Flareon, but now that that is all good and done, we gotta see what the Pokemon League has to say to us. 8 badges. What did we unlock? Let me know, Pokemon chairman, person, whoever is calling me. We can challenge the Elite Four, only above average trainers. That's us, we're above average. Hey. And the TM shop also increases. I really gotta take some time to check out the marts and see what TMs are available, because increasing my Pokemon's move pool would be awesome. So I also need to get higher levels, so I spend a crap ton of time grinding for the Pokemon League and doing all that stuff, just making sure they can be ready to spar, and it also gives me extra steps towards the fossil revival. I got a little impatient in the middle of grinding though, but on my way back to see if I had maybe missed the phone call or something, they called me right outside of their door, and we were able to get to hunting, so it's pretty awesome. Aerodactyl is going to be the 6th member of the team, and these pink shinies alongside the other 3. It's kind of a half pink shiny team and half not pink shiny team, but these 6 are going to be what we take on the Pokemon League with, and I'm also going to use these 6 to do the Gym Leader Castle in Pokemon Stadium 2, since it's compatible with the emulator version of Pokemon Stadium 2. So enjoy the soft resets, enjoy the live reaction. I will be back to take over commentary when that is all done. My goodness, there it is. Wow. And I think that is my first girl shiny. That is awesome. Top right, that's my first one on the top row as well. Oh my god, that was getting really long. I think longest one since this is like my starter. As usual, I gotta get the right screen up. There it is. Final party member. Well, not final. It's my 6th party member. I think I'm definitely going to be doing some more hunts and alternating my team around, especially because I have a Gyarados. But, I don't know what to name her. Aerodactyl's a dinosaur, so I'm just gonna name it Dinosaur. Perfect. I'm very, very happy. And it's my 3rd pink shiny of the team. Amazing stuff. So there we have it. Dinosaur, the Aerodactyl. We very quickly taught it Fly and took care of business that has been needed to be taken care of ever since the 2nd part of this playthrough. We make our way over to Violet City. What's really cool about this game too is you can directly fly from Kanto to Johto. I put Andre behind me because I haven't let this Flareon follow me. I've been a little bit of an Eevee hater up to this point. I might as well show it some love. This has been a really good friend, and I love puppies. Flareon reminds me of a dog, so I've definitely warmed up to it, and that makes sense. It's a fire type. Of course it would make me feel warm. So, here we are for our 3rd match. Mr. Victory Bell Trainer Sage Guy, show me what you got. Sage Chow. I'm about to chow down on some Victory Bell. Oh, that sounds morbid, but I'm gonna eat you alive. I'm mad at you. I will be aggressive about it. Fire Blast, go. Go, bitch, go. I cannot tell you how fucking satisfying this feels. Incredible. Sprout Tower the rest of the way wasn't too difficult. Dinosaur got to make quick work of the final Sage, who gave us the Rainbow Wing. And then I make my way over to the Kimono Girls, because that needs to be done too. That is something that took me out pretty early on in the journey as well. And we get ourselves the Surf HM, so we have a little bit of liberty to change our moves around between the water types. I go and meet the legendary Pokemon over there. No shinies. I don't feel like shiny hunting the roamers. I just feel like that would be tedious. Quickly make my way through Victory Road. And then this trainer here was like, hey, before you fight the Elite Four, I'm gonna take you on. So I was originally planning on kind of just taking care of the Elite Four as quickly as I could. And all I could get through was this alternate colored Steelix that he led with that took out half my party. And then this Alakazam was level 57, so there's just no way I could keep up with this. It was just too much. So I figured this would be a good cutoff point to sort of just train my team all up to level 50. And before I take on the Elite Four in Crystal Clear, which clearly is calling for me to get higher levels, I figure, you know what, let's get them to level 50, let's go to Pokemon Stadium 2, and use our Pokemon that we've caught in the Crystal Clear journey there, and that is going to be what my next video is. I'm going to be taking on the Gym Leader Castle with this team of shinies, with the 6 that I have caught in this shiny playthrough, so make sure you're subscribed if you want to stay updated for that. If you enjoyed the video, thank you so much, I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay fabulous, good luck on all your shiny hunts, go play Crystal Clear if you haven't. I'm signing out, bye bye.